Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Well, look on the screen. We have a person here that's going grocery shopping. Gee, must be fun. Why? A lot of people may not be able to do it. And this is really horrible for families that really need it. Seniors, elderly, disabled people. So, what's going on? You probably heard by now with the government shutdown. If it continues, the SNAP benefits program, which is food stamps, um, is going to be adversely affected. Here's an article here. It says millions of Americans are at risk of losing food stamps next month amid shutdown. Listen, I've been hearing, I've seen reports, Texas, I believe one was the Carolinas, Pennsylvania, and some are saying, hey, they just pretty much halted it. That's what some reports are saying. So, in the meantime, what are people supposed to do that depend on this? Again, we're not talking about tickets to Disneyland, we're talking about food. As I said before, people working hard trying not to starve. As I said before, another saying I have, a video I've included in my videos is we're looking at what I've deemed, even last year, a civilized silent purge, where basically people lose everything. And they're just basically what I think, just purging you off the lifestyle that you knew. And we're not saying rich and famous. We're just talking about, oh, I don't know, housing, a place to live, having food to eat, having a job that can actually pay the bills, not having to juggle two and three rideshare programs or delivery food services, two and three jobs. This is maddening and still barely scraping by. And if you think, well, let's go to the food pantries, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Here it says roughly 42 million people are at risk of losing critical food assistance in November amid the federal government shutdown. And it's not clear whether the Trump administration will step in to find the funds to continue paying benefits as it has with other priorities. So we know they bail the farmers out. Let's see, was it $20 billion given to Argentina? So find it. I don't care who's in office. They can find money for what they want. They found the money to fund that war during the Biden administration. They found the money for that. The money for the terrorists bringing in what? Oh, bringing in billions and billions of dollars. Why can't you use the money for the terrorists? I mean, you're using it for the farmers, and they've been making a lot of money off the soybeans with China. Okay, my question is then what did the farmers do with all those profits? Were you down there downtown boot scooting with Billy? What'd you do with the money? So find it. It would be heartbreaking to even to think about this. So feeding American people is not a priority. That to me, it is absolutely ridiculous. So I don't care who's in office; they can find money for whatever they want. They found money for that war. Look at this right here. Now the taxpayers, people, just American citizens, need a bailout. Where is it? I've been saying nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So it says the food stamp program will run out of money in 2 weeks. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins told reporters at the White House on Thursday. Again, the food stamp program will run out of money in 2 weeks. So, quote, you're talking about millions and millions of vulnerable families, of hungry families that are not going to have access to these programs because of this shutdown. But hey, the politicians, they're still getting paid. They're still getting paid. So, hey, another bright idea. I'm just throwing this out there. So if it's shut down, and this is off tax dollars, then maybe they should stop taking tax dollars out of people's paychecks until you get this all figured out. How about we pause the taxes coming out of the paychecks since it's shut down? How about they do that? Let's go ahead and pause all the taxes coming out of people's paychecks. But yeah, we know that's not going to happen. But hey, we're free to drain. Wow. Like other members of the Trump administration, Rollins cast blame on the Democrats, posting on X. Thursday that they are putting their political agenda ahead of food security for American families. Democrats have argued Republicans are at fault for being unwilling to negotiate a spending deal that includes the extension of expiring enhanced Obamacare premium subsidies because the Obamacare is not affordable. So that's the only way to people to stay on it. They're saying it could go up between 70 and 80%. So if it's not affordable, the people that are on Obamacare won't have health insurance. Don't forget, people are already kicked off Medicaid and Medicare. Rawlings' comments came a week after the U.S. Department of Agriculture told states that there is not enough money to pay full food stamp benefits in November if the lapse in federal funding continues. The agency asked states to hold off on November payments until further notice. So that means those families, whatever they got for, what is this, October, you might want to stretch it out and make it last because it looks like November is no guarantee. Wow. About 1 in 8 Americans receive help buying food through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, which is, the EBT, the food stamp organization, the formal name for food stamps, a key pillar of the nation's safety net. The program provides enrollees with an average monthly benefit of $188 per person as of May. So we can't find it. They found money for the war. They found money for those illegal immigrants. Hey, just fresh off the boat and onto a bus and into a hotel with the food that you like. Don't forget, remember those sanctuary cities? Xbox Forum, that was crazy. I don't have an Xbox, but I guess my taxpayers paid for Xbox games. I don't have one. But my taxpayers paid for illegal immigrants who haven't paid into the system as I have. Gotcha. Make it make sense. So if people who are relying on the system to feed themselves or families, whatever they received in October, you might want to try to make it stretch out. Looks like game night is canceled. Can't have folks over here eating groceries. Yes, it's not in the budget. Book club, BYOF. Bring your own food to the book club. And let's say the government shut down. I think it would need to shut down like this week. It would need to end rather this week. Because don't forget, if they're pausing it, now how long will it take for them to go ahead and service those millions and millions of families who depend on that program? If they're pausing it, how long will it take to get things back in order? I bet there'll still be a lag. Never mind. Oh, let's not forget, people. Thanksgiving is around the corner. So people will be depending on that. So again, this here to me is just more evidence of what I've deemed the civilized silent purge. Next, what's coming is going to be the chaos around the corner because people are not, in my opinion, going to sit up here and just say, oh, well, I can't afford to feed my family. We're just going to sit here at the table with our linen napkins and our china and just starve or pay whatever you got going on, our plates and silverware, and just pretend to eat. No, they're going to go out there, as they say, get it how they can get it. When you're, again, signs of major trouble, housing insecurity, food insecurity, the basic necessities, that's hard to achieve and maintain, got a serious problem. So this cannot continue. Again, we're looking at what I've deemed as a civilized silent purge from the layoffs, the cuts in the Medicaid, the Medicare, hospitals shutting down, consolidation, job elimination, less job creation, food insecurity. Again, people are not going to just stand around and go, oh, well, I wish I could afford some groceries. No, people are going to get very angry. Like the commercial, when you don't eat, you become hangry. Hungry and anger, not a good combination. They're going to become very angry, very upset. And I think in doing so, what they'll then decide to do is it's going to be 5-finger discount. Yeah. This is the system in place. People are going to just start taking, they've already said on the internet, And just start, hey, they're going to sit up here and starve. Are you kidding me? Have their children go without? I have never seen anything like this. Let me know what you all think. You have got to be kidding me. This is millions at risk of losing food stamps amid the shutdown. The uh, the ability to eat in this country, this is crazy to me. But don't forget, the politicians, they're still getting paid. Democrat or Republican, one thing they can agree on is for them to still get paid. That's the one thing they can agree on is for them to still get paid. And they would never enact where they should have it as, hey, whenever there's a government shutdown, it should really shut down, including their health care benefits and including their paychecks. That should stop too. Why not? The federal workers are being laid off. You got furlough workers. Some have to work even without getting paid. But don't forget, one thing that the two parties have in common, they're still getting paid amidst all the chaos. Their checks will never stop. Make it make sense. Anyway, let me know what you think. Is it fair for them to keep on getting paid? If the government shuts down, their pay should come to a halt too. But no, the everyday worker bee is being adversely affected. The trickle down effect. Wow. There's no good time to be hungry, but this here, people might be looking forward to getting family together and eat. Now the question is, will they? And don't forget, we have the elderly, we have people that are shut-ins, we have people that are young and disabled. Are you kidding me? The American people, regardless of who's in office, when will we ever be a priority? Thanks for watching. Let me know what you all think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. This is like, again, civilized silent purge. What's next? I'm afraid it'll be, if things don't change for the better, chaos around the corner. And I'm out.